Hi, my name's Suki. I'm 19 years old and my chosen sport is football. So for me, football used to always just be like another sport. It was played in the playground between boys and girls, and it was just a bit of fun. It was a laugh. And most importantly, it was actually an opportunity for the girls to show the boys who was actually boss. But then as I grew up, it changed slightly. It was kind of assumed that girls weren't interested in football and therefore opportunities for them just didn't happen. Like, I remember being 13 and it was in PE or games, I can't really remember which, but they split the boys and the girls up, and the girls went upstairs in the sports hall, which was this tiny little room, by the way, and it was decided that they were going to do yoga. And I remember sitting in this tiny little room in that like classic position of yoga with this serene, like beautiful music playing in the background and this really like chill environment. And I remember sitting there, and directly below me I could hear the boys playing football, and they were laughing and screaming and stuff like that, and it honestly took everything within me to stop myself from jumping up, running downstairs and just joining in and scoring a goal. Like, I was just so frustrated that someone else had chosen what I was going to do based on my gender. Like, they assumed that I wouldn't like that because I'm a girl. Now, I remember in year 10 fighting for the girls' football team at my school. The school wanted to get rid of it because there wasn't any interest in it, but they never actually advertised for it in the first place. Like, I didn't actually know that there was a girls' football team until I heard that it was going to get scrapped. And just looking back on my whole experience of school, really, there was never any exposure to the female sports. Regardless of this, I didn't let it dishearten me. I continued to find ways to play the sport. A phrase started following me around. I say a phrase, it was more like a backhanded compliment. It would start off as, "Oh, you're good at football." And I would sit there and I'd feel good about myself, like someone had acknowledged my talent. But then, just as I was going to say thank you, they would cut me off and go, "For a girl." And I'd just sit there thinking, you're good at football for a girl. Like, what does that mean? And what's even more worrying about this phrase is that it kind of followed me about in every single sport that I did. It was, you know, you're good at throwing for a girl. You're good at basketball for a girl. Oh, you're good at running for a girl. Like, I can't understand it. Like, I find it quite hard to communicate how much it frustrates me. I think the thing that particularly irritates me within this topic is hearing what other people have to say about it, because people can be very, very dismissive of the sport. And what's even more shocking is people use quite offensive language when referring to female football, at least in my experience. I remember overhearing one of my friends talking about it, and he referred to the English football team as a bunch of lesbians. What? Newsflash, your sexuality and what sport you like are two completely separate things. Like, they couldn't be like further apart. Like, something that puts me on cloud 9 within this sport. I mean, the obvious thing would be saying scoring a goal. That's always good. But recently I was scrolling through Facebook, you know, as you do, and I was just scrolling through and I came across this video on some form of website, and it was this video of this, I think she was a professional footballer. She got dressed up as a guy, she's very convincing. She got dressed up as a guy and went and played in a guy's football team, and the video was just literally her just demolishing everyone on that pitch. Like, honestly, she was a beast. She was so good. And at the end of the video, she took off like her wig and her like fake beard and like kind of wiped all this makeup off to reveal that she was a girl, and the reactions from the other guys on the team just made my life, because they just couldn't believe that a girl could just beat them. I think it's so silly. I think it is so silly because it's just another sport, and I can't believe that people struggle with the thought that, you know, girls like kicking balls too.